Hi, welcome back. In this video, we are going to see how we can identify sources that are citing our competitors but are not citing us. So to do this, we're going to go to the AI Visibility Toolkit and into competitor research. Once more, we're going to use Notion as an example, typing Notion in here. And based on our previous competitor analysis, we noticed that Asana is the competitor that's doing the best in terms of AI visibility. So we're going to keep the competitive analysis to just two or just one competitor here and then run the analysis. When we scroll down, you might be familiar with this already, but you'll see in here all the topics that Notion has more mentions for than Asana. And you can also look at this view at the prompt level, which is a lot more granular. So let's stick to the topics and let's go to missing to see which topics Notion is not showing up for that Asana is. And we're just going to find a topic that is interesting. So let's take concept mapping and visualization tools that has an AI volume of 76.3K. And we're going to go into the prompts that fall under this topic, and we'll see there's one. What are the best tools for designing concept maps online? When we click on the full response, we will see all the different brands that are showing up that, as you can see here, include Asana, but are not including our brand. So one of the things that then you can do in order to increase your chances of showing up for this particular topic is to take a look at the sources and see what sources this LLM, in this case ChatGPT, is using to come up with this answer. So let's take a look at some of these. Creately.com has an article for best concept map maker. So if we have a PR team or even a link building team that is reaching out to different webmasters and trying to integrate our brand into various articles, this would be an opportunity to reach out to the author of this article and potentially get our brand to show up here, thus ultimately increasing our chances of our brand, Notion, showing up in the AI response for the topic that we're looking at. Back to SEMrush, you can see that the list of sources for this answer is quite long. So in the same way that in traditional SEO, we do backlink analysis and we create backlinks by also actively reaching out to website managers and webmasters that have content that is relevant to the products and services that we sell. This is a very similar thing, except that we're not necessarily building backlinks here. We are just looking for our brand to be mentioned in these sources. So this is how you can investigate various sources. You can track them and then be able to reach out to them and increase your chances of showing up in LLM responses. Another thing that I'll show you here is that you can also click on different sources tab, and this will give you a very high level overview of the sources that are driving brand mentions for both Notion and Asana. And so down here, you can take a look specifically at the different prompts that are citing articles or pages in Monday.com, and you can dig deeper into those. But the top sources for citations that are ultimately leading to Asana and both Notion being mentioned in LLM responses are Monday.com, YouTube, Google, Canva, Wikipedia, Zapier, Otter AI, Trello, Asana, and Etsy. If you're going to prioritize what organizations you're going to reach out to and ways that you could impact your brand mentions in LLMs, like this is a great place to start. Finally, I'll also show you that in addition to looking at places where your brand is missing in terms of either sources or topics and prompts, you can also look at weaknesses. So topics and prompts where your brand is weak and your competitor is strong, and also sources where your competitor is strong and you, as a brand, in this case Notion, are weak. Okay, so that is our tutorial for how to find opportunities for third-party brand mentions using SEMrush's AI Visibility Toolkit. See you in the next one.